obsessed with me.
I love you, Moody.
Well, yeah, it happened again. Zaxon decided to start off his mad tomfoolery again, which wasn't very smart of him to do. For the viewers that don't know who I'm talking about, let me introduce you to one of the most delusional guys out there. His name is Zaxon. The entire community knows him for his mad tomfoolery. Zaxon is one of the most hardcore griefed players out there, not only by me or Lemon, but also by randoms and players from the dogfighting community. Zaxon has a YouTube channel with around 4,000 subscribers, but 3,500 of them are straight-up bots. He's not getting the attention he seeked for with his failed YouTube channel, so he decided to seek for validation and attention by other creators instead. Let's not forget about the beating I gave Zaxon almost a year ago. Zaxon got caught up with a post-traumatic stress disorder after I've uploaded him. Every time someone orbs him, kills him with a upside-down MK2, it's DYG or Peaceful Lemon, according to Zaxon. He throws out community posts on his failed YouTube channel out of rage, trying to mock me and Lemon. But after 30 minutes, he decides to delete the community posts again after seeing no one gave a damn about what this mad guy had to say. So yeah. Let's get back real quick to Zaxon seeking attention and validation. He never got from his failed YouTube channel. He started looking for it by other creators instead. He tried to get close with Nitrix Warlord. He started glazing all these YouTubers so he could be some random moderator on someone's channel. Nothing worked out for Zaxon. He never got any validation from no one until he met this guy right here. That's right, his name is Indian King, but let's call him Rashid throughout this video. So yeah. Zaxon met Rashid a couple years ago. They formed such a lovely bond together. Zaxon was at his happy place getting all the attention and validation from some random 36-year-old Jeet in India. Everything was fine until one day I caught up Rashid's disgusting feelings for cupcakes. I made a whole video about it explaining the situation on what Rashid has done. So for those supporting this Indian Jeet, please go watch the video I made on that disgusting creep. Now, after I made that video on Rashid, almost everybody from this community stopped supporting him. But there was this small group of moderators of Rashid still supporting him after what he has done. Yeah, that's right. Zaxon was one of those guys still supporting this Jeet after all the disgusting things he has done. They even have each other's WhatsApp to communicate. It's wild to me how close Zaxon and Rashid are. Now let's get into the gaming part. We all know that both Zaxon and Rashid are extremely dirty, yet they complain about others doing the same. These guys are full-on hypocrites. Zaxon loves his little thermal starling. He won't play you on ground unless he has 8 of his crew members in the session backing him up. While a few of his members go ghost, the other one goes in God mode. And whenever you text Zaxon to do a 1v1, he'll just duck it out by blocking you. It's actually impossible to get this guy to 1 versus 1. Both me and Lemon tried, but he always ducked it out. I've sent him friend requests, but he never accepted it. So yeah. Ducking our ones every way possible is just a clear sign of distress and fear of losing in a simple video game. You're a fragile little boy, Zaxon. A fragile little boy that threatens others in game, starting so-called cases on them simply because you die to them in GTA Online. Now, on the other hand, everybody knows how Rashid plays. This guy plays next-level dirty that shocks people that watch him for the first time. It's impossible to play this guy fair. He has moods where he cares a lot, and moods when he doesn't care. I managed to catch Rashid in both of his moods, together with Eliza, Peaceful Lemon, and Solo on my own. Enough words spent on these two madmen. It's time for me to head into the video right now. So I joined this lobby together with Eliza. As he was fighting Rashid, I decided to spectate the fight at first and not interrupt. I checked the player list to verify the target's presence, then proceeded to head outside to my agency roof. I had the #1 spot to spectate them both since they were literally outside of my agency roof. The fact Eliza didn't get Rashid right there is straight up BS. Let's check out Eliza's POV. Yeah, Rashid was real lucky right there. Rashid ended up crashing his B-11, but jumped out so Eliza wouldn't get the kill on him. Then some random decided to get active on Eliza with his B-11, but it didn't take Eliza very long to get him out of it. I continued spectating the fight between Rashid and Eliza. After a while, Rashid decided to head over to the airport, so both me and Eliza went over there as well. Once arrived at the airport, some random decided to shoot me, so I took care of him. Rashid was nowhere to be seen at this point. Rashid has some next-level way of caring about the game or traumas of getting toyed around, so it took a while for him to appear back on the map again. And right here, as I sniped this guy out of his buzzard, I suddenly noticed Rashid spawning next to me. At least I thought he was next to me. He literally teleported under the map to farm easy kills on whoever he could get. I ended up getting in a RC tank since there wasn't anything I could possibly do at this point with him being under the map. Rashid decided to get into his hangar, so I continued griefing this fella right here. Then Rashid got out of his hangar with a thermal B-11, so I stood ready waiting for him to dive on me. Rashid had other plans and got after Eliza instead for now. I continued killing this guy a couple more times just to bait Rashid to the airport. This guy ghosted me but tried to get an easy kill, so I let him know that whatever he tried won't work on me.
Okay, I've got it from here.
After I ended that guy on the airport, I decided to get into a Starling. Literally everyone was trying to get me but Rashid. It got real boring, but me and Eliza waited patiently. Rashid decided to leave the lobby instead of fighting one of us. We decided to get after him again, not knowing how much of a waste of time he actually was. Before we tried joining him again, we decided to goof around first since all this waiting fried us hard. This was just way too funny. Now that I'm in Rashid's session again, seeing him inside his facility, I decided to get to business on his friends. Too bad that this was a hit marker. Then some random upside-down MK2 player got active on us. Eliza managed to snipe him off before he could do any damage. Let's get into Eliza's POV again. Back to my POV. Me and Eliza started killing each other to bait Rashid. And it kind of worked to bait Rashid. Rashid accepted my friend request. I didn't manage to clip it, but he said he was after the dark green CEO and wanted my help. But then when I wasn't prepared, Rashid decided to turn on me instead and went in for the kill on me. He was hiding all the time, so me and Eliza went after others instead. This guy had so much ego in the city, but when he teleported to the airport, I gave him the belt right away. This guy was a complete bot. Me and Eliza got off the game. This Jeet was literally such a waste of time. But bear with me, because this is about to get real good. You guys will see it for yourselves. We're starting off slow, but it's going to get real chaotic and sweaty pretty soon. A couple days later, I managed to get into one of Rashid's lobbies again. Trying to fight this guy is real tiring. He's mainly a waste of time, so I didn't get my hopes up. I made my way to the Orbital cannon. I made my way over to Rashid after I orbed him. It was time to get to business on this Jeet. This Jeet kept on tweaking before he could take the easy way out against me. It was time for me to get on ground. And of course, he EWOs against me. Even in close combat, he starts panicking. This Jeet was so lost on ground, not knowing what left or right was at this point. It's funny how much of a fan this Jeet is of me, always having my name in his titles speaking about me, but when I pull up, he starts suffering. Watch this Jeet standing still to snack up. It's wild to me how much of an ego this guy has. This Jeet was nothing but straight up garbage. After giving Rashid the belt, he decided to teleport to his facility. Just to leave a couple minutes later, I made my way into an invite-only session so I would be able to join him faster, just in case the game would put me into a queue. I made my way back into Rashid's lobby. I decided to get to business again right away on this bot. He wasn't appearing on the airport no more, so I put stickies down just in case he'd spawn behind me. This Jeet was just way too predictable. After getting him again on the airport, he decided to take a thermal B11 again. Too bad that this was a hit marker. This Jeep kept on gooning with his thermal B11, so I activated Ghost Org and made my way over to the facility. Since he activated Ghost Org as well, I couldn't target him, so I just started watching his stream to see where he was at to hit him with a manual orb.
Never going back.
And there he goes. He invited me to his facility, so I joined. I decided to smoke up in his face to put some pressure onto this Jeet. This guy wasn't going to fight me, so I head outside to toy with Rashid's friends instead. It was time to get to business again. This Fearless Sin guy talked so much smack about me in Rashid's stream, but was a straight-up bot in game.
Never going back.
Taking a pic to show the cops how this dirty rat looks like. He ended up leaving the lobby, but I got after him again. I got into his lobby. It was time to get to business again on this Jeet and his friends. Not one single soul stood a single chance against me. Zaxon was in this lobby too. I decided to get after Zaxon on his Barcode X account. He was just in this lobby trying to protect this dirty Jeet. Rashid thought it would be smart to start this stand your ground with randoms, so I decided to farm everybody at this point. Well, well, well. Look at this NPC texting me right here. It's way too obvious how Zaxon always starts texting me. Not only me, but randoms too. Whenever he gets toyed with in this dusty game. They eventually left the lobby just for me to get after them again. It was time for me to get into their new lobby and farm them. I got into Rashid's lobby again. It was time to get to business again.
I was like, why are you so obsessed with that? I love you.
These noobs were so confused. They got wrecked so hard by some Japanese Yakuza cosplayer while they were sweating their asses off with their emo try-hard outfits. always talking smack both the Jeet and Zaxon, but they couldn't even handle me in a 3 versus 1 situation in an open area. This Jeet got so tired of the beating I was giving to him. This friend of Zaxon and that Jeet thought he would do something in that wall breach. They eventually decided to rage quit my lobby like the good little boys they are. So I decided to get off the game as well. It's way too tiring trying to get after them, but always so satisfying after knowing how much you're able to get in someone's emotions. One day later, I decided to join this Jeet again to ask him for a fair 1 versus 1 at the airport. He said okay, so I waited for him to come outside, but no. This Jeet had other plans all of a sudden and decided to duck out the 1v1 against me. He left the lobby. Then a couple hours later, I noticed this Jeet fell asleep midstream in a public lobby, so you know I had to join him. I decided to grief this lifeless NPC until he would lag out of the lobby. This Jeet was emotionally hurt so bad that he had to tag me in a couple streams, make childish thumbnails, and be an overall crybaby about it. And right here, he lagged out of the lobby due to the Jeet being inactive for over 13 minutes. Now, one day later, I decided to jump him for the last time. Together with Peaceful, he didn't give us any fight at all. He was straight up crying, so I decided to call him out again for a fair 1 versus 1 for the last time. He instead decided to mock me in his stream. Just say my aura is making you duck, you dirty Jeet. After this, I was just done with Rashid. He wouldn't play me. He lost to me in the past already over 4 times, way before I was on YouTube. I even sniped this Jeet out of his Thermal Ghost B11, but sadly only got a clip with extremely low quality. Anyways, he decided to leave my lobby. My aura was way too much for him to handle. Now that I'm done with this Jeet, let's move over to his boyfriend Zaxon. This is about to get real dirty right now. A couple days later, me and Lemon decided to join this bot and his friends again. And of course, these noobs were doing a stand your ground as always. I decided to obliterate this madman. He decided to call me out for a 1 versus 1 again, so I told him this right here. He didn't reply for the longest time, so me and Lemon got active on him and his friends again. Right here, Zaxon Rage quits the lobby, ducking his own call out again. This cursed guy is also a close friend of Zaxon. Me and Lemon decided to farm him for now. Curse decided to activate his freeze lag onto us instead, but failed real hard. Everyone from that stand, your ground was getting schooled by me and Lemon. These guys died real cute together to my RC Bandito. Look at this degenerate thinking he could do some with freeze lag. After schooling every friend of Zaxon, this guy decided to text me to 1v1 Zaxon, so I told him this. A couple days later, my friend invited me to Zaxon's lobby, so I joined him. My friend was in the hangar wall breach when I joined him, so I did the Anahuac glitch to spawn there with him. I thought he was getting a jet, but no. The airport was extremely busy with Zaxon and all of his friends. This dude right here managed to get me, but don't worry. I'll get back to him real soon. Zaxon was sniping people from under the map right here, so I couldn't do anything. These noobs thought it would be smart to start a stand your ground. It was time for me to get to business again. This guy that got me with his MK2 cared so much. It's actually impossible to get him for most people, but not for me. I decided to act random and obliterated him. This guy will get the belt in a bit too, so keep watching. Just look at the name of the MC. Looks like Zaxon and his friends are not shy using the N-word. I told you guys, everybody who plays slightly dirty, upside down MK2 or whatever is DYG according to Zaxon at least. I just had a feeling someone would spawn behind me anytime soon. I guess I was right. This noob had one job but failed so hard. Here I called out Zaxon to 1 versus 1 me again. I even sent him a friend request and did a quick PSN check. This guy literally flexing a 4-on-1 scorecard on that Jeet from before as if it isn't his very own boyfriend. Absolute degenerate confirmed right here. This bot was self-projecting in my DMs the entire time, instead of accepting my 1 versus 1 call out. The airport was a no-go for me due to people in God mode, but I took a risk and went over there. There was a jet active on me as well. It was time to get to business again on this bot. Zaxon started freezing against others right here. I noticed the guy in God mode, so I asked Lemon for an invite to his Avenger. After a while, I decided to obliterate the guy from before that got me with his MK2 again. This barcode was so funny. He kept on rage baiting Zaxon. But you guys will hear this in Peaceful Lemon's upload. Right here, I noticed that cursed freeze lagger from a couple days before, so I got active on him as well. Since that lobby was full of degenerates, me and Lemon decided to get a couple kills with the submarine again. If there's something that people should know about me, it's the fact I genuinely don't care about orbs, God mode kills or whatever, unlike you that actually cares. The next day, me and Lemon decided to join him one last time again. While me and Lemon were waiting for a CEO slot, we decided to play a little game at my arcade. Zaxon and his friends, on the other hand, were busy vote-kicking the both of us. Too bad for them it didn't work out. It was time to get to business again one last time. This guy was a complete bot standing still like that. Zaxon invited his friends to his hangar, so I teleported into my apartment. Now he's pulling up with straight up BS as always. So I asked him this. This other friend of Zaxon cared so much and was hiding in a parking garage to not get orbed by Lemon. I made my way over to him and flicked him off of his MK2. Then he proceeded to get in a RC, so I destroyed it. Lemon was charging up his orb and managed to get him the second he got kicked out of his RC. And there he goes. It was time to get back at it again on this Spanish little madman. He started to lie to me since he must have felt real bad. Caring that much yet getting outplayed by the two of us while these guys were with 8+ players almost every encounter we had with them. Zaxon thought I was still in my apartment, so I silently made my way over to the orbital cannon. It's just way too satisfying knowing how butthurt this kid gets. Then some random named Cutie Patootie who was probably with Zaxon tried to score play on me and Lemon but failed hard. I managed to destroy her RC so Lemon could orb her right away. It was time to get after this midget again. Then some Barcode X friend of Zaxon tried to sneak up onto me and Lemon while we were fighting Zaxon and his other friends. Me and Lemon decided to teleport to the orbital cannon again. And there goes my little clip bot again. He was so furious he made his way to my facility and got off of his MK2. I just outplayed him by getting a savage to wipe this lil fella off of my porch. I tried to offer him a mountain fight by getting out of my savage, but his God mode friend came along. I managed to hit him a couple times just for extra confirmation that he was God mode. Called them out for their nonsense right here. I think we're ready for the outro of this last fight. Not only this last fight, but just a quick playback on Zaxon and that Jeet. Alright, so yeah. This all just started simply because that Jeet found it necessary to have my name in his mouth. Zaxon loves drama, so he decided to put himself into the mix. The both of them are straight up NPCs. One of them is one dirty dude in life and the other one just a degenerate, sad little lowlife. As many of you guys may know, Zaxon is known in this community for threatening others. A real keyboard warrior, I'd say. He tried the same to me and Peaceful Lemon in that last fight. He basically said he'd boot us offline. But his words were, just wait a few minutes and see what happens. So, me and Lemon decided to take action and crash his game with an in-game bug not many people know about. We won't show or explain on how it's done since it's pretty overpowered. Also, just for your information, we crashed his game so he couldn't get his hands on our IP addresses once he hits us off. We care about our privacy. You might think I was playing on a VPN. Well, not at the time of that last fight, so that explains everything. Peaceful Lemon will also drop this midget Zaxon very soon. Zaxon is dead to both me and Peaceful Lemon now. It's over for us, Zaxon. Never try to ride our meat ever again. As for that Jeet, he'll probably put our names in his live streams again and use thumbnails made by Zaxon. But hey, I guess it is what it is. And for those still supporting that Jeet Indian King after knowing what that Jeet has done, yeah, don't even try to talk to me. You're a sad human being. And as worse as that Jeet is himself, now that I'm done talking about those NPCs, it's time for me to thank each and one of you guys that made it till the very end. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.